Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. I'm here with another countdown, and today we're diving into one of my favorite genres, Metroidvania games on the Nintendo Switch. These are games where you explore interconnected worlds, gain new abilities that let you reach previously blocked areas, and slowly become more powerful as you uncover secrets and solve puzzles. Let's jump into the top 20! Iconoclasts follows Robin, a young mechanic who fixes things in a world where only licensed agents are allowed to use technology. When she gets caught helping people without permission, she discovers a much bigger conspiracy involving the planet's energy source and religious control. The game combines traditional Metroidvania exploration with puzzle platforming that uses Robin's wrench as both a weapon and a tool. You'll swing across gaps, turn bolts to open doors, and fight enemies using a variety of guns you find throughout your journey. The combat requires good timing, since you can deflect enemy attacks with your wrench for extra damage. As you explore the colorful pixel art world, you'll unlock new areas by gaining abilities like a charged dash and different weapon types. The story gets pretty heavy with themes about rebellion and personal responsibility, but the gameplay stays fun with creative boss fights and environmental puzzles that make good use of Robin's mechanical skills. Sultan Sanctuary drops you on a mysterious island after your ship crashes during a storm. You play as a shipwrecked sailor searching for a missing princess while uncovering the dark secrets of this cursed land filled with monsters and ancient ruins. The game takes clear inspiration from Dark Souls with its challenging combat, stamina management, and currency system where you lose your salt experience points when you die. You can choose from different weapon types like swords, hammers, and bows, each with unique movesets and timing requirements. The skill tree lets you build your character however you want, focusing on strength, magic, or balanced approaches. Sanctuaries serve as safe spots where you can level up, craft items, and fast travel to other discovered locations. The interconnected world gradually opens up as you find new abilities like wall jumping and air dashing. Combat is deliberate and punishing. You need to learn enemy patterns and manage your stamina carefully. The hand-drawn art style creates a haunting atmosphere that perfectly matches the game's dark fantasy setting.
That didn't do as much damage, but... Oh. Gotta dodge that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, double attack there. Whoa! Oh boy.
Momodora Moonlit Farewell tells the story of Momo, a priestess who must perform a ritual to save her village from a spreading curse. Armed with a maple leaf that serves as both weapon and shield, Momo explores a beautifully crafted pixel art world filled with creatures corrupted by dark magic. The combat feels precise and responsive. You can attack with your leaf, roll to dodge through enemy attacks, and perform a parry that deflects projectiles back at enemies. As you explore, you'll find sub-weapons like throwing knives and magic spells that add variety to combat encounters. The game features multiple difficulty options, making it accessible to players who want to focus on exploration versus those seeking a tough challenge. You'll gradually unlock new movement abilities like a higher jump and dash that let you reach previously inaccessible areas. The interconnected world design rewards careful exploration with hidden items, health upgrades, and lore fragments that piece together the tragic backstory. Boss fights are creative and challenging, each requiring different strategies and good pattern recognition to defeat. Axiom Verge 2 follows Indra, a billionaire's daughter searching for her missing father in an alternate dimension. Unlike the first game's focus on shooting, this sequel emphasizes exploration and puzzle solving through Indra's unique abilities to breach between dimensions and hack into the world itself. The breach mechanic lets you phase through certain walls and access hidden areas, while the remote drone adds a puzzle element as you navigate it through tight spaces to activate switches and unlock doors. Combat Combat exists, but feels secondary to exploration. You'll use melee weapons and a few ranged options, but most encounters can be avoided if you prefer. The pixel art style creates an alien landscape that shifts between the normal world and a corrupted digital version. You'll collect Axiom disruptors that enhance your abilities and reveal more of the world's interconnected structure. The story unfolds through environmental storytelling and computer logs that reveal the connection between dimensions. The game rewards curious players with secret areas and alternate paths that often require creative use of your dimensional abilities. Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom stars Jin, a boy who gets cursed and must collect magical animal forms to break the spell and save his kingdom. The game brings classic Wonder Boy gameplay to modern platforms with gorgeous hand-drawn animation that looks like a playable cartoon. You'll transform into different animals, each with unique abilities like the pig's sense of smell to find hidden blocks, the snake's ability to fit through small spaces, and the dragon's flight capability. The transformation mechanic drives both combat and puzzle solving as you switch between forms to overcome obstacles and reach new areas. Combat is straightforward but satisfying, with each animal form having different attack patterns and defensive options. The world is filled with NPCs who give you quests, shops where you can buy equipment upgrades, and hidden treasure chests that reward thorough exploration. Music plays a big role with catchy tunes that match each area's theme perfectly. The game strikes a great balance between challenging platforming sections and relaxing exploration moments. Bo, Path of the Teal Lotus, follows a fox spirit named Bo on a journey through Japanese mythology to uncover the truth about her past and restore balance to the world. The game features beautiful hand-painted artwork inspired by traditional Japanese ink paintings that creates a unique visual style. Combat centers around Bo's staff, which she can use for close range attacks, and her ability to dash through enemies and projectiles. You'll learn new techniques like aerial combos and charged attacks that make fights more dynamic as you progress. The platforming emphasizes fluid movement with wall running, double jumps, and air dashes that chain together smoothly. Throughout your journey, you'll meet characters from Japanese folklore and mythology, each with their own stories that connect to the main narrative. The world opens up gradually as you gain new traversal abilities, revealing secret areas and optional challenges. Environmental puzzles often involve manipulating elements like water and wind using Bo's spirit powers. The game includes accessibility options and difficulty settings that let you adjust the challenge level. Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist places you in the role of Lilac, an artificial being called a tuner, who awakens in a world overrun by corrupted machines. Instead of destroying enemies, Lilac purifies them, turning hostile machines into helpful companions that fight alongside her. The purification mechanic creates a unique approach to combat, where patience and timing matter more than aggressive attacks. Each purified spirit has different abilities. Some provide ranged attacks, others offer defensive barriers, and a few grant special movement options. The interconnected facility opens up as you gain new spirits and unlock their abilities to reach previously blocked areas. Environmental storytelling reveals the tragic history of what happened to this underground research facility through computer logs and visual details. The pixel art combines soft colors with mechanical designs to create a melancholy but beautiful atmosphere. Platforming requires precise timing as you navigate through machinery and automated defenses. The game explores themes of artificial intelligence, consciousness, and what it means to have a soul through Lilac's interactions with other artificial beings. Nine Souls tells the story of Yi, a cat-like warrior who awakens in a decaying space station to find his people transformed into mechanical beings. The game blends Metroidvania exploration with challenging deflection-based combat inspired by martial arts films. Combat requires precise timing as you deflect enemy attacks back at them rather than simply dodging or blocking. You'll learn different combat techniques and magical abilities called souls that add variety to your attack options. The interconnected space station gradually opens up as you gain new movement abilities like wall sliding and air dashes. The hand-drawn animation brings fluid martial arts movements to life with impressive detail in both character animations and environmental art. Boss fights are intense affairs that test your deflection timing and pattern recognition skills. The story deals with heavy themes about identity, transformation, and the cost of technological advancement through Yi's quest to understand what happened to his civilization. Environmental puzzles often involve manipulating the station's ancient technology to open new paths. Teslagrad Remastered follows a young boy who must escape his home and uncover the secrets of an abandoned Tesla tower using electromagnetic powers. The game focuses entirely on puzzle platforming without any traditional combat. Instead, you'll manipulate magnetic fields to solve increasingly complex challenges. Your main tools are the ability to give objects positive or negative charges, which causes them to attract or repel from each other. The electromagnetic glove lets you charge objects and yourself, while later abilities include teleporting through electrical currents and creating magnetic shields. The tower serves as one large interconnected puzzle where each floor requires creative use of magnetic principles to progress. The hand-drawn art style creates a steampunk atmosphere filled with intricate machinery and electrical devices. Story is told entirely through environmental details and brief animated sequences without any dialogue or text. Each new area introduces additional magnetic mechanics that build on what you've learned, keeping the puzzles challenging but fair. Blaster Master 03 concludes the trilogy as Jason and Eve travel through dimensional space to cure Eve's mutant infection. The game perfects the series' dual gameplay structure, where you pilot the Sophia 3 tank in side-scrolling sections and explore on foot in top-down areas. The tank sections feature tight controls and a variety of weapon upgrades that change how you approach different enemy types and environmental challenges. On-foot segments let you access smaller areas the tank can't reach with their own set of weapons and abilities. The dimensional travel mechanic adds variety by letting you visit different versions of areas with unique challenges and secrets. Combat feels great whether you're in the tank firing cannons and special weapons or on foot using various gun types and sub-weapons. The interconnected structure rewards exploration with permanent upgrades, energy tanks, and weapon improvements hidden throughout each dimension. Boss battles are creative encounters that often require switching between tank and on-foot modes mid-fight. Animal Well drops you into a mysterious underground world as a small blob creature with no explanation of how you got there or what you need to do. The game focuses entirely on exploration and puzzle solving without any combat. Instead, you'll use items like a frisbee, bubble wand, and firecracker to interact with the environment and solve clever puzzles. Each animal you encounter has specific behaviors you need to understand, like dogs that chase after your frisbee or birds that follow light sources. The pixel art creates a dark, atmospheric world where every screen feels handcrafted with hidden secrets and environmental storytelling. Your main goal is finding 4 flames scattered throughout the interconnected map, but reaching them requires creative thinking and experimentation. The game rewards curiosity with secret areas and mysterious references that hint at deeper meanings. Movement abilities like swimming and squeezing through tight spaces gradually open up new paths. The sound design plays a huge role in creating tension and guiding you towards solutions. Blasphemous 2 continues the story of the Penitent One as he awakens in a strange new land called Custodia, seeking to prevent a prophesied miracle from bringing about the world's end. The game features intense combat using 3 different weapon types: a sword, mace, and rapier, each with unique movesets and abilities you unlock through progression. You'll explore a dark fantasy world inspired by Spanish religious art, filled with grotesque enemies and challenging platforming sections. The guilt system returns, where taking damage builds up guilt that can be cleansed at specific altars for powerful rewards. New traversal abilities like wall climbing and air dashes open up previously blocked areas throughout the interconnected map. Boss fights are epic encounters against massive creatures that require pattern recognition and precise timing to defeat. The story deals with themes of faith, suffering, and redemption through environmental storytelling and cryptic dialogue. Combat feels weighty and satisfying, with a perfect balance between challenging encounters and fair checkpointing. Religious imagery and Gothic architecture create an unforgettable atmosphere that perfectly matches the game's themes. The messenger starts as a ninja delivering an important scroll to save his village from demons, but transforms into something much more complex involving time travel between past and future versions of the same world. Initially, the game plays like a classic 8-bit ninja platformer with tight controls, wall climbing, and shuriken throwing, but halfway through it becomes a full Metroidvania with backtracking and ability-gated progression. The time travel mechanic lets you shift between 8-bit and 16-bit versions of areas, with each era having different layouts, enemies, and accessible paths. Combat combines fast-paced platforming with sword attacks and various ninja tools like the windmill shuriken and rope dart. The cloud stepping ability lets you gain an extra jump after hitting enemies or projectiles, creating flowing movement that feels amazing once mastered. Humor plays a big role with witty dialogue and self-aware jokes that never undermine the solid gameplay. The shopkeeper provides ongoing commentary and hints while selling you useful upgrades and new abilities. Boss fights are creative encounters that test your mastery of the movement and combat systems. Metroid Dread picks up after Fusion, with Samus investigating reports that the X-Parasites still exist on planet ZDR. But she gets trapped and hunted by nearly indestructible EMMI robots while searching for a way to escape. The game brings back classic Metroid exploration with modern controls and abilities, including new moves like the slide, melee counter, and free aim that make combat more dynamic. EMMI zones create intense stealth sections where you must avoid detection while finding ways to temporarily disable these terrifying hunter robots. Samus gradually regains her iconic abilities like the Morph Ball, Space Jump, and various beam weapons that open up new areas of the interconnected map. The counter system adds timing-based combat where perfect counters lead to devastating attacks and extra energy/missile pickups. Environmental storytelling reveals the tragic history of the Chozo race through visual details and hidden murals. Boss fights are intense encounters that require quick reflexes and pattern recognition, especially the climactic battles against Chozo warriors. The game runs at smooth 60 frames per second with incredibly fast loading times that keep the pace moving. Ori and the Will of the Wisps follows the spirit guardian Ori as he searches for his owl friend Ku in a dying forest, uncovering a story about family, sacrifice, and healing the corruption that threatens the land. The platforming feels incredibly fluid, with abilities like double jump, dash, and wall climb that chain together smoothly for satisfying traversal. Combat has been expanded from the first game with various spirit weapons like swords, hammers, and bows that you can equip and upgrade through the shard system. The hand-painted art style creates one of the most beautiful worlds on Nintendo Switch, with each area featuring distinct themes and stunning visual details. Ori gradually learns new movement abilities like swimming, burrowing, and light-based attacks that unlock previously inaccessible areas throughout the interconnected map. The escape sequences are thrilling platforming challenges that test your mastery of all your abilities under time pressure. NPCs scattered throughout the world provide side quests and lore that flesh out the story and characters. The emotional soundtrack perfectly matches each moment, from quiet exploration to intense action sequences. Boss fights are creative encounters that often focus more on platforming challenges than traditional combat. SteamWorld Dig 2 follows robot Dorothy as she searches for her missing friend Rusty while uncovering an ancient threat beneath the desert town of El Machino. The core gameplay revolves around digging tunnels through destructible terrain using your pickaxe, creating your own paths to reach upgrade materials and secret areas. You'll gradually unlock new tools like a jackhammer, hookshot, and jet engine that completely change how you navigate and shape the underground world. Combat against various robot enemies and creatures uses your digging tools creatively. You can drop enemies into pits, crush them with falling rocks, or use environmental hazards. The upgrade system lets you improve your gear and unlock new abilities that make exploration more efficient and combat more effective. Each area has a distinct visual style and set of challenges, from ancient temples filled with puzzles to dangerous caverns with unique enemies. The story unfolds through humorous dialogue and environmental storytelling that reveals the history of the SteamWorld universe. Pressure plates, switches, and environmental puzzles break up the digging gameplay with clever challenges that require creative thinking. Hollow Knight places you in the role of a silent knight, exploring the vast underground kingdom of Hollow Nest, uncovering the tragic story of a civilization brought low by an ancient infection. Combat centers around nail-based sword fighting with precise timing for attacks, dodges, and parries, while magic spells provide ranged options and powerful area attacks. The soul system cleverly ties healing to combat success. You generate soul by hitting enemies, which can then be used to heal yourself or cast spells. Exploration rewards curiosity with hidden areas, lore fragments, and upgrades scattered throughout the massive interconnected world. You'll unlock new movement abilities like wall jumping, double jumping, and dashing that gradually open up previously unreachable areas. The charm system allows for incredible build variety with over 40 equipable charms that modify your abilities in significant ways. Boss fights are challenging encounters that test your mastery of the combat system and pattern recognition skills. The hand-drawn art style creates a hauntingly beautiful world, filled with detailed environments and memorable character designs. Environmental storytelling slowly reveals the kingdom's history through visual details, NPC dialogue, and hidden lore tablets. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown follows Sargon, a member of an elite warrior group called the Immortals, as he searches for the kidnapped Prince Ghassan in the cursed citadel of Mount Kaf, where time itself is broken. Combat combines fast-paced sword fighting with time manipulation abilities, letting you slow down enemies, create time echoes of yourself, and rewind objects to solve puzzles. The parkour system feels incredibly smooth, with wall running, precise jumping, and air dashing that creates flowing movement through the elaborately designed environments. You'll unlock new abilities like airwalking and time-based powers that reveal previously inaccessible secrets and paths throughout the massive interconnected citadel. The story deals with themes of loyalty, betrayal, and the consequences of power, as Sargon uncovers dark secrets about his fellow immortals. Boss fights are epic encounters against mythological creatures and corrupted warriors that require mastering both combat and time abilities. The memory system lets you take screenshots at important locations, helping with navigation in the large, complex world. Persian mythology and architecture create a unique setting filled with beautiful art and atmospheric details. Dead Cells puts you in control of a headless prisoner whose consciousness can transfer between bodies, fighting through a plague-infected island that changes layout with each death. The combat system emphasizes speed and aggression with a huge variety of weapons, from fast katanas to slow but powerful hammers, each with unique movesets and special effects. Between runs, you'll unlock permanent upgrades and new weapons using cells collected from defeated enemies, creating steady progression even after failed attempts. The procedurally generated levels maintain the Metroidvania feel through interconnected biomes and ability-gated shortcuts that open up as you grow stronger. Combat mutations provide temporary build variety, letting you focus on different weapon types, survival tactics, or special abilities during each run. The rolling and dodging system requires precise timing and positioning, especially during boss fights against massive creatures with complex attack patterns. Difficulty scaling through boss cells provides long-term challenges for players who master the basic gameplay loop. The pixel art animation is incredibly fluid, with detailed character movements and environmental effects that bring the prison island to life. Hollow Knight Silksong follows Hornet, the skilled hunter from the original game, as she awakens in the unfamiliar kingdom of Farloom and must ascend to its peak while uncovering the mysteries of this strange new land. Combat has been completely redesigned around Hornet's needle and thread abilities, featuring faster, more acrobatic movement with wall running, precision strikes, and the ability to heal by landing successful attacks rather than standing still. The thread mechanic allows for creative traversal and puzzle solving, as Hornet can swing from points, bind enemies, and manipulate objects in ways that weren't possible in the original game. Farloom promises to be even larger than Hallownest, with diverse biomes ranging from lush gardens to mechanical workshops, each with unique enemies and environmental challenges. The tool system replaces the original spells, giving Hornet various abilities like throwing stars, explosive traps, and magical techniques that can be discovered and upgraded throughout the journey. New mechanics include disguises that let Hornet blend in with certain enemy types, and environmental interactions that take advantage of her agility and threat abilities. Boss encounters are designed around Hornet's faster, more aggressive combat style, with aerial battles and multi-stage fights that test reaction time and adaptability. And that wraps up our top 20 Metroidvania games on Nintendo Switch. Each of these games offers something unique while staying true to what makes the genre great: exploration, progression, and that satisfying feeling when you finally reach that area you couldn't access before. Which Metroidvania is your favorite? Did I miss any games that deserve to be on this list? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more Nintendo Switch game coverage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.